You know, I was actually in a long distance relationship before I got married, and I almost found myself in a long distance marriage as well. But just being in a long distance relationship, I know the pros and cons of being in a long distance relationship, and that wasn't what I was about to, experience in a marriage. Okay, yeah. So there are so many reasons why I think I would say that long distance marriages end up to be a fail. I've heard a couple of stories how, long distance marriages ended up not being successful. I've actually seen a couple, and having the experience I had in my relationship, I knew that long distance marriage was never for me. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Mabel, and here on my channel I film about family, relationships, beauty and lifestyle. If you're a returning subscriber, welcome back to our channel. Thank you for always tuning in. If you're new here and you just see me for the first time, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe to my channel, okay? Because here on my channel we learn, we share and we have fun. In today's video, I'll be talking about long distance marriages. I mean, one marriage, two homes. Okay, yes, I'm going to be talking about it because it's something that it's something that is beginning to become very common in our day and time in our society, where you see, husband and wife live in different cities or live in different countries. Of course, there are usually reasons why that, is the situation or is the case, but at the same time there's been a significant number of distance or long distance marriages. Okay, yes. And when I say long distance marriages, like I already mentioned, that a long distance marriage is one where the wife lives in a different country or city or state, and the husband lives in a different country, city or state. Oh yeah, yeah. So and there are different reasons why people are in long distance marriages. Okay, one of which would be for maybe education reason. Maybe the man is, pursuing some degree, or maybe getting some certification program, or maybe going for job training, or it could be the woman who's gone away for school or so there are reasons why people, are, or why people, are in long distance relationship basically. But then I just sat down and I was thinking about it. How successful are these marriages? Okay, actually, how successful is a long distance marriage? Okay, because, if you look back to, a few centuries ago or a few years ago, you realize that the kind of marriages we have back then is not the same kind of marriages we have today, at least to a great extent. Okay, in the marriages before, the man is really the breadwinner. Okay, he goes out, he works, he brings everything the family needs, and all the woman needs to do is to have children, raise children and manage the home. So in situations like that, where let's say they move the man to a different country or to a different city or state, it's easy for the woman to go along with the man, because she doesn't necessarily have to work or do anything. All that is expected of her is to raise the children and manage the home. But then if you compare that to the marriages we see today or that we have today, most of these marriages are two income marriages or two income homes, where the husband works and the wife works as well. Yeah, so in that case, and you see there are a lot of women now that don't just want to sit at home. They also want to, be career women. They're career driven, they want to pursue their ambition and all that. So in cases like that, you see that if, for example, the man has gets a job offer in different country, state or city, the woman cannot move every time the man has to move, because she has a career, she has a job that she needs to attend to. So it ends up making them find themselves in long distance marriages. Again, I'm wondering, how successful are these marriages? And so with marriages where the wife is in one country and the husband is in another country, and then most of the time, very often, the woman is the one with the children. Yeah, so the man visits probably occasionally, once in a year, a couple of times in a year and all. Okay, so that's the typical And that's the kind of relationship or marriage I'm talking about now. And you see that a lot where you see, for example, husband is in America and his wife is in some far country away raising their children. Okay, is that really God's plan for marriage? I know there are circumstances or there are situations that actually is beyond the couple's control. They have to do what they have to do because that's their only option. But in situations where it's not an only option, but that is what the couple, especially maybe the man, wants the woman to live in a more secure, safe country, and where the children can get good education. I mean, let me just go ahead and say it right now. You see a lot of that right now where you see men in Nigeria sending their wives and children to the abroad, mostly to Canada these days. Or maybe you see men here abroad go back home, get married, have a family there, and they visit once a year or maybe once in 2 years or occasionally, basically. So I'm just here sitting down and wondering, are these marriages really truly successful? Because I personally have been in a distance relationship before, and I can tell you that I know some pros and cons of being in a distance relationship. Okay, yeah. And if you haven't seen that video about me and my distance relationship experience, I'm going to leave a link in my description box. Yeah. But then, having been in a distance relationship, I'm telling you guys, I will never ever 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 accept to be in a distance marriage. And before I even go further to say, I remember one time when I was still dating Chris, my husband. Then we're still planning our lives and everything at the time. Yeah, and I remember my pastor's wife, Pastor Mansa, when she will probably talk to me about marriage or so, and I remember her saying, I don't know if she'll remember this, but I remember always saying that it doesn't matter where her husband lives, that if he lives in a hole, she's going to go with him and live in the hole. Back then, I didn't understand what that meant. But me now being married, I understand fully. I can say to an extent, I understand what that means. And I agree absolutely to that, because I'm not one that think I would ever accept my husband living in a different country and I living in a different country, because all things being equal, okay, there might be situations where you have to be gone for a while and all that. But I mean, truthfully, I don't think it's what I would advise or I would want to do, because it's going to be a lot. So having said that, what long distance marriage is, and maybe reasons why I believe people go into long distance marriages. So what are the pros and cons of long distance relationship, and what is the success rate? Okay, with long distance relationship, what is the success rate? What is the guarantee that these marriages are successful? I mean, not marriages that are working, but marriages that are actually successful. Okay, so I'm going to start with the pros, the good thing first. Advantages, yes. So one of the advantage of a long distance marriage will be that the individual, the people, or the person in question tends to accomplish what they actually want to accomplish. I mean, if it comes to education, if one of the partner went away because they want to pursue a degree or career, I believe that being in a long distance relationship will help accomplish that purpose. Or even if for the purpose of work, I think that long distance marriage will help accomplish such purpose. Okay, so that's one. Another advantage of long distance marriage will be that the couple, or the couples in the marriage will probably have something to look forward to. Okay, yeah. So I mean, how when you're away from your partner, you can't wait to see them, you're always looking forward to seeing them. You know how they say distance makes the heart grow fonder. Yeah, but yeah, I guess I can say that, when you're not seeing somebody you love for a long time, you're always looking forward to seeing them. And I think it's going to also boil down to maximizing the time you have with them. Okay, when you know that this person is going to be only here for a few weeks to a few months or so, you're going to maximize your time. You're going to use it well. You're going to spend quality time together, not wanting to fight or just ruin the moment. Okay, so you're going to have something to look forward to in your marriage. Just look forward to seeing my husband at some point, looking forward to seeing my wife. So there's always something to look forward to in a long distance marriage. Another advantage of long distance will be that it allows for space. Okay, yeah, and not from the wrong way. Okay, every now and then we all need our space. Okay, even if it's a month, a week, a day, an hour, to just breathe. Okay, so long distance relationship, I think you allow for space. Yeah, but even at that, what do you really need that space for? I mean, you're supposed to be in a marriage where you enjoy your company, where you want to be together at all time and all. So, like I said, there are situations where you can actually, help it for being a long distance marriage. But okay, I mean the ones that can help it but find themselves in long distance marriage or whatever the case may be. What exactly is another advantage of long distance marriage? I think another advantage of long distance marriage will be less person to take care of. I mean, coming from a woman, at least your husband is less person to take care of. And especially if you have children, yeah, you'll still have to take care of them, care for them, cook and all that. But in situations where you don't have a child, and then the husband is not there, or your whoever you're dating is not there, yeah, or your wife, really, you don't have to worry too much about the person, or what would they eat, or what would they drink, or what da, 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 da. So it kind of allows you to, just enjoy the time and not really worry about taking care of anybody. Okay, so I think those are a few advantages. I think, even if personally I think that even with the advantages there's still disadvantage in them, but at the same time those are a few advantages that I would think right now are the advantages why people go into long distance marriage. Okay, disadvantage, the first disadvantage for me would be just, making the spouse or the partner get used to, not being with this person, not being together. Okay, you're married but you're not married. Okay, so just not being able to be with this person, I feel like is a disadvantage, because marriage is meant to bring you guys together. Marriage is meant to make you have somebody you get to spend your time together with and all. So its advantage of long distance marriage would be not being there with the person, not being together. Okay, so that's one. Another disadvantage of long distance marriage would be high chance of infidelity. Yes, just because you are not there, okay, is a it's an opportunity that the devil can take advantage of, to put idea in either the husband's or the wife's mind. Okay, so long distance relationship, I'll say, encourages or increases the chances of infidelity. Yeah, even if so anybody says right now that, oh, I'm good, I can help it, I can go through it, the Bible says, let he who thinks he stands take heed lest he falls. Okay, that is the Bible basically. So I feel like long distance relationship increases the chances of infidelity in marriage. Another disadvantage of long distance marriage would be having to raise the children by yourself, especially for the women, because most of the time in most long distance marriages the children are usually with the mom. So it makes it hard, because God who ordained marriage, God who saw the need of a man and a woman to come together, knows that it's important for them to be together, because when one party is raising the child, a child needs the care, the love, and the discipline of both a dad and a mom. So a situation whereby the man is not around most of the time, the woman tends to play the role of both father and mother, even though the man provides financially and all of that. I mean, there's more to raising children than just financial. Okay, so then it boils down to just one parent raising the children. So it's just like being in a marriage but you're still single, or you're raising your children as a single mom. So I think that's one big disadvantage, where the children are being raised by just one parent. My last point when it comes to disadvantage would be that it kind of makes the couple not be able to have proper relationship when it comes to communication, because most of the time in a long distance relationship, the couple, the husband and wife, tend to avoid talking about serious things. I mean, there'll be serious matters, but they will not want to talk about it the way they would have talked about it if they're together, because you don't want to maybe end up fighting on the phone, or you know what I mean. So they tend to avoid very serious important conversation, just because the little time that they have to spend together on the phone or Zoom, they want to kind of take advantage of it and catch up and be happy, basically have a good conversation, not arguing. And so that makes it, things get to be unresolved in the marriage, tend to push things under the table, just because you don't have enough time to really tackle and address this situation. Yeah. And then when it comes to this whole thing of distance makes the heart go fonder, it's not in every situation. Sometimes distance will make the heart go apart. Okay, so I personally just think that those are a few disadvantages of long distance marriages. Okay, yeah. So so far I feel like if you want to be married. Okay, if you have to make the sacrifice to be wherever your partner is, I think that will make your marriage more successful than doing the distance relation, because at the end of the day you find out that there is actually no relationship, there's actually no marriage. Okay, there is no marriage. So I personally don't think, like, I will not do it. I don't think I will accept being in a distance marriage, knowing that I've been in a distance relationship before and I know the pros and cons. And just being married right now and being close to my husband and our children, I also know the benefits of that and other things too. So I don't think I would ever want to be in a distance marriage, as long as it's not a situation where I don't have a choice. At the same time, I don't think long distance marriages, and I don't think they're successful. If they are, it'll be 1 in 1,000 or so. But I feel like long distance marriage is something that people should not intentionally go into except they don't have a choice. Okay, yeah. So that being said, I've come to the end of today's video. I hope you learned a thing or two from it. Tell me what you think about long distance marriages. Do you think they are really successful? Do you really think they're really successful? Yeah, so just let me know in the comment section. Okay, don't forget also to like my video, give my video a thumbs up, leave a comment, share, subscribe. Subscribe, like, share, leave a comment, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.